What's going on? I am out here today, this very nice little parking area at the Sproul State Forest, and I'm about to do my first solo trip since Christmas Eve. Excited about this. This is the Chuck Keiper Trail. I'm gonna be doing the East Loop. The East Loop is like 22.5 miles. The West Loop is 35 or 36, something like that. So I decided to do the East Loop because I'm only doing it in 2 days. So 22 miles, not too bad. Right here in the parking lot, we got this overview, kind of give you an idea of what I'm gonna be hiking through. We're kind of looking out towards the West Loop here. I'm gonna be out this way, and so basically I'm gonna head down across the road here, then loop all the way out, and then come back around and come into the parking lot from behind. Very excited to do this. I've seen the Chuck Keiper Trail on the maps for quite a while, but never got out here. So I figured this is what I'm gonna do. Something different and completely new. I've been to the Sproul State Forest before, but I've never done any extensive hiking. You know, a couple state parks, some short trails, but nothing like this. So I'm gonna go get my pack on, get geared up. I think I'm gonna put my seal skins on, because from what I've seen, this can be a pretty swampy trail, and I'm gonna try to keep my feet dry. I also brought my hiking sandals, so if it gets really wet, I can just switch into those and then keep my shoes dry. So we'll see. I'm gonna have a snack, get loaded up, and get on the trail. All right, all loaded up, ready to go. Brought the Teton pack with me on this trip. Really I love the suspension on my Osprey, but I just don't have enough stuff with me to justify carrying the 65-liter bag. My base weight is probably around 15 pounds, so I did not bring a lot for this trip. I did just add my camp chair. I threw it in the Jeep this morning when I was leaving, and I figured it'd be a last-minute call if I went to bring it or not, and figured I might as well. It only adds 1.5 pounds, something like that, to the total weight. So I think with that on there, I'm probably sitting just under 25 pounds. Food, water, camera gear, charger, things like that. I have a couple different maps with me. So as is the norm for me, I'm going to be hiking on an orange blaze trail. Seems like a lot of the trails I hike on are orange blaze. So Chuck Keiper Trail is orange blaze, so we're going to follow that. There is in the entirety of the loop, there's a few natural areas and wild areas you got to watch out for. You cannot camp in those areas, so the two maps I have those marked off. So I should be okay. This blaze indicates that the trail turns. I think it might go across right here, or I might have to go down the road a little bit. I'm not sure, but I see a little marker over there too, so we'll scout around a little bit. The Fish Dam Run, that's what that view is called. Fish Dam view for the Fish Dam Run. All right, so right across in the parking lot, this is Swamp Branch Road, according to the sign right there. Swamp Branch Road. So it's a little confusing when you look at it, because the tree on that side shows that it turns. It doesn't turn down the road, it comes over here. Got a blaze here, but then you see a blaze down there. Nope, you don't follow that. The trail actually comes in from that direction. We want to go to the left right here. There is a kind of cut grass spot here. We're basically going to follow the road, like right along it here for a little while. Oh, it feels good to be out. It feels real good to be out. Yeah, just nice to be out on a trip, a solo trip. Haven't done that in a while. been hiking for about 15 minutes or so. And one of the things I was concerned about with the beginning of this trail was I'd seen online some people had found it hard to follow the beginning of the trail. And that's, I'm not having that problem at all. This is actually very well maintained. You see, this came through and chopped this down. Got some of this brush out. I know at some point I'm going to come up to a trail to my right. It's like a, I forget what the swamp's called. There's a little swamp trail down here. I think originally I was planning on taking that because I thought it was part of the trail. But I think I'll pass it and head straight down to the connector. It looks like it's probably a more used trail. I don't know if that came through on the camera. That's the second rough grouse that just jumped up. And that one was a little further away. The other one was right in front of me. If you've never had a rough grouse jump out in front of you and you're hiking, it's nice and quiet, it'll get your attention. All right, so there we go. There's a blaze. I didn't see the cutoff to that swamp trail. This is the main crosscut trail, so cross connector. So I'm guessing that other trail got grown over and they didn't remake it, or maybe I was just lost in the hike and I didn't see it. Temperatures, the weather for the 2 days I'm gonna be out here, it's a Wednesday and Thursday, like this, mid to high 80s, mostly sunny. Last time I checked, no chance of rain, though we are in the mountains, so there's always a chance of rain. But it should be really nice. Should be a nice trip. I brought my small tarp. I brought my lightweight rain gear just in case. And this is something that we're going to see a few times here. These little camps, these little hunting cabins. I don't know if these are rentable or what, or if these are privately owned. I think this is all in the state forest land, so I'm not sure how that works. But where we're supposed to be on a trail, we'll stay on the trail. Because if I owned or leased or rented a cabin out in the woods, I would very much appreciate people leaving me alone. So that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, hey, a hole in the ground. Like I said, I have a couple maps. I use Maprica on my phone, and there was already a Sproul State Forest map downloaded onto their service, which shows the entire forest, but the Chuck Keiper Trail is pretty big, so it shows it on there. It doesn't show a lot of the finer points, which is fine. Also download it from the Park Service, just a map of the East Loop. And then I created a map on Maprica of just that. So on Maprica, when you're making a map, you kind of load it into the service, and then you use GPS anchor points to make a navigatable map with your GPS. It doesn't always line up 100% because some maps aren't exactly to scale. So where a road's supposed to be that you're using as a marker might not be in the right spot on one map as it is on the other. So that's got a lot more detail. I'm going to use both of those maps. When I need detail, I'll switch over to the one I made, and when I don't, I'll use the big one. Trail goes this way. And so far I'm finding that this is pretty well blazed. And it's just, so far, it's just been moss and ferns. It's been beautiful. Look at that moss. So sometimes when their trail markers say to turn, I just came down this way. This is turn, just turn, whether you see the trail or not. The trail markings are over here. They're very hard to see from that side of the trail. I actually walked right past it. So it's gotta be be diligent as you know, pay attention to their trail markers. They seem to follow the the standard of 2 dots offset to show a turn, single dot for trail goes this way. So just when you see those 2 dots, make sure you're paying attention, because they really mean it turns. Now, this is definitely marshy here. There are, well, yeah, I was thinking, there are some logs you can walk up on, but they're not always obvious when you're coming through. So just be aware that somebody's, look, that just ends right there, that log. Yep. Then you get spots like this where there's no logs. No logs. And this is why I'm wearing my sealskins, because I'm gonna sink right in that. Yep. Oh yeah. Oh, right up over my shoe. That's a good way to break in the marrows. Oh yeah, this is nice and swampy. And there's the place. Chuck Keiper Trail, keep you on your toes, that's for sure. All right, I see Blaze there. Looks like we're heading out of the swamp here, hopefully. A little more swampiness to deal with. Hopefully head back into the woods here. I hope. All right. Well, sometimes you see some interesting tree formations. And this one, this tree came down, landed on this tree, broke it off, but it kept growing around it. And then this thing just keeps on going. That is Little Beaver Swamp. And that's what we've been walking along here for so far on the trip. The Cross Connect Trail is a part of the Little Beaver Trail loop, which is supposed to go up the other side, but like I said, I didn't see the top side of that trail, so I assume it's still there. I don't know. I wasn't really looking for it, so that's probably why I didn't see it. But we're just about ready to run into the main part of the Chuck Keiper Trail here and officially begin the East Loop. So I was a little bit wrong. I'm not almost to the Chuck Keiper Trail. I'm to the bottom of the Little Beaver Swamp. So the East Branch Trail, which is, this is part of that Beaver Swamp loop. This is about halfway down to the Chuck Keiper Trail. So still got a little ways to go. I just, on the map, I saw where it turned. I thought, oh, I'm almost there. But nope. Still got a little ways to go, which is fine. I am in absolutely no hurry. My goal for today is to get about 11 miles in, anywhere between 11 and 15 miles. I got all day to do it. Look how beautiful that is. There's the bottom of the swamp. Yeah, so about 11 to 15 miles. I know about where I want to set up camp, and let's see if there's any camps back there. But if I can pass 11 miles, that'll give me half the loop done today, half the loop for tomorrow. I'll be good with that. And anything extra I can get done today will be a bonus. And maybe if I, depending what time I get back to the car, go check out some other stuff. Who knows? All right, so I see our turn off here. So there's a Little Beaver camp. I don't know if that's where I don't know if Little Beaver Camp, that road is where the other section of the trail comes out or not. I don't know. But here's our turn to stay on the East Branch Trail down to Chuck Keiper. Spare rib. Did I get him? Is there a spider on my face somewhere? I think I got him. I just ducked under a spider web. I thought I cleared it. And all of a sudden he's just hanging right off my hat, right in my face. Not really. Spiders don't really bother me. But I'd rather not have one take up residence in my goatee. I think I got him. If not, I got a buddy for the trip. Wow, that's all I can say about this little spot. I think they're spoiling me here with these bridges. This section of trail, oh, this is gorgeous. Don't think there's going to be a lot more bridges along the back half of this trail like we got here. If you're going to do the Chuck Keiper Trail and you're going to do East Branch first as a connector, you're going to don't get lulled into a false sense of security, because I know it's coming. I know it's coming. Nothing's this flat for this long without making you pay for it in Pennsylvania. Oh, spider web right in the eye. All right, we have made it down to the Chuck Keiper Trail East Loop. Got marked with an E there. W to show you which way is which. It's a cross connector that we were just coming off of. Now, kind of an odd little thing to mention here. On the map, it would appear as though this is supposed to be a T. Right? We're supposed to run right in this and it's supposed to go straight across. That's not the case. So if you're down here and you're not looking for, you know, a trail off to your side, you're looking to run into a T, just keep in mind that's not the case. The West Loop actually makes a right off of this and you kind of go straight off of the connector. Not what the map shows. And we've got, oh, so many spider webs. Oh, my third bridge. Was not expecting this many bridges. It's kind of a nice surprise. And they're nice too. These are really nice bridges. So you might be wondering, who is this Chuck Keiper? Never heard of him. Right? I had to look him up. I'd heard the name before just because of the trail. But Chuck Keiper was a conservation officer or a district conservationist or something out in this area. And he served from like the 50s to the 70s. And they named the trail after him, which is pretty nice. I like the trail so far. So far, this has reminded me very much of the Quihana Trail. Very similar kind of, a very similar kind of ecosystem. I mean, we're really only, I don't know, maybe 30 or 40 miles from the easternmost section of the Quihana Trail, so we're really not that far. But just the way the forest is kind of laid out, we've got the trail coming through. There's a lot of forest road access and cabin road access. It's beautiful. It looks like, honestly, looks like this is where I start dropping off the mountain. That's what it looks like, because that's, as you look out behind me, even at eye level, I'm seeing blue through those trees. So, well, pretty much since that cabin back there, since that split off up that driveway, it's been like this. It's just been an old service road along an old meadow, and I cannot wait to get back in the woods, because it's definitely in the mid to high 80s, and this is the first time I've really felt the sealskins, because they're black, sun's hitting them, and they're just heating up. So it's nice because I can cover a lot of ground, and this is super easy to walk on. So I'll take the easy stuff when I can get it. Look at that beautiful fern forest in there. Anybody counting? How many times have I said this is gorgeous so far? Moving right along, and this is like the third, maybe fourth cabin I've seen so far today. So if you're out here, you're going to see a lot of them. Alright, so I didn't record that section at all. I just came through that. That's the first part of this trail that I did not like. That was nothing but blueberries. Blueberries and mountain laurel. Could not see the trail at all. I just went through with my poles up. Kind of fought my way through, looking for blaze when I could. Whew, man, that sucked. They just dumped me out to here, and I was doing a tick check because this went through all that. And right behind me, the wind was blowing. I don't know if it was just a tree creaking, but there was a loud something behind me. This is bear country, so I've been expecting to come across the bear. but it was loud and it sounded like it was like right here. It may have just been something falling out of a tree, but it got my attention. Called out. I've been making bear calls, especially through all the blueberries. All right, so the GoPro battery crapped out about a mile ago. And I skipped the first creek because there really wasn't much water in it. And I was really just gonna wait till I got down there before I recorded again, but this is gorgeous. Yeah, I don't think that is level right there. And it just drops off. And I'm probably at about 6.2 miles right now. And that 6 mile guesstimate of when I went at lunch was spot on, because as soon as I hit about 5.8 miles, my stomach started growling. I am ready for lunch. Ready, ready, ready. So not far from the next creek crossing, and whether there's water there or not, I'm gonna stop and have my lunch. All right, almost down to the creek. This is crazy. So that's the level right there. It's looking straight out. This thing just drops at like a 45-degree angle straight down, maybe a little bit steeper. This is insanely steep. Okay. Straight ahead. Where's the trail? Oh, there it is, all the way down there. That's nuts. Oh, it gets steeper. This is awesome. Right to the point. I like it. Beautiful little spot. So right down at the bottom of that crazy descent, which no word to lie. I'm not kidding. That hill is like that in some spots. That is crazy. No steps, no switchbacks. Just get right to the point. Little fire ring, some stone seats up against trees. Very nice. So I'm gonna have my lunch and get some water, relax a little bit. It's kind of nice. It's right in the heat of the day. It's like 1 o'clock right now, just after 1 o'clock. So this will be a good spot to stop for a little bit and then continue on from here. Stopped for about a half hour or so, maybe a little bit more. Filled up on water, had some lunch, had a little snack, took my shoes off, let my feet relax. It was a good time. Now looking at what I've got ahead, this is where it starts to get fun. I'm gonna come up out of this ravine, probably about as steep as I came down it. Gonna get on top of that ridge, gonna drop down another ravine, go back up it. I'm gonna do that a few more times. It's gonna be the order of the day for the rest of the day, I think. So we'll see how close I make it to that 11 to 15 miles. I think there's a watershed area out on the back side of this trail where I can't camp, but I don't know how far that goes or where it starts. So this side isn't anywhere near steep. Going up as I came down before going down the creek, but I'm already above where I was on the other side, and I still got a long way to climb. And it's not bad right now because I'm in a little bit of canopy. That section back there was pretty wide open, so when you're in the open sun and you're climbing, it is warm. And they were calling for high 80s, mid to high 80s. I believe that. So just crossing an access road. I didn't know it was there. And more blueberries. And whenever you're in an area where there's a lot of blueberries and you can't see very far, you make some bear calls. Hey, bear! Hey, bear! Generally, when they hear someone's voice, they hear a human's voice, they tend to get out of the way pretty quickly. I've seen some bear scat in the last section of trail. It didn't appear to be fresh, but they're definitely out here. Yeah, see now, the other sections, the blueberries weren't ripe. Here they are. So I'm going to be very diligent of bears. Again, I show bears a lot of respect. Don't necessarily think one's going to jump out and attack me, especially out here. I'm just a nuisance to them out here. They've got more than what they need for their dietary requirements. They don't need me or what I'm carrying. That doesn't belong. Hey, bear, don't be sad. Look at all these blueberries that you have. Remember, don't go after my food bag, 'cause there's nothing inside there for you. Sometimes you kind of lose your mind out here. This is by far the most remote feeling trail I think I've ever backpacked on. Well, it's a pipeline, but there's a little bit of a view. I'm guessing this is where the access road was coming to. That was a lot of blueberries. And now on the other side, and we just drop straight down. Wow, they don't joke around with this stuff, man. Straight up, straight down. I like it though. Alrighty. Made it down that steep hill. Seems like every hill here, when you're going counterclockwise, when you go up, it's blueberries. When you come down, it's just ferns and you can't see anything. This trail here is this Yellow Blaze Trail, is the Cranberry Swamp Natural Area, or Cranberry Swamp Loop, something like that. I think it's like 2 miles. There used to be a sign here, but it's long since gone. I'm going to bypass that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna continue on the Orange Blaze, the Chuck Keiper. Ooh, that breeze feels nice. Got this spot here is a pipeline mechanism over there, but this field is nice because it opens up the tree line a little bit, allows a little breeze to come through. Just been standing here for a minute. Feels good. Yeah, the heat is making the hills rough, really rough, but I kind of figured that was going to happen. What can you do? So it happens when you do a backpacking trip in July. It gets hot. Some clouds building up over there. Hope we don't get any rain. We're not supposed to, but you know how that goes. So these descents are just wacky. Like I don't even think I can begin to explain this. Like, that's almost straight up behind me. Whew. I guess you gotta take your pick if you want really steep ascents or really steep descents. Looks like if we go counterclockwise, you got steeper descents. Just past 9 miles and out here to this access road, as you can tell. This is well cleared, and apparently I walked right past what was supposed to be a vista. No vista there anymore. So, oh, well, nothing you can do about that. Done with the little road hike. This cool little creek here. I'm gonna check the map. I might get water here. Gotta see how far the next stream crossing is. All right, so maybe 100 feet down that little road from the bridge, there's a cabin here, and I don't know where the trail goes. I went that way. I don't see it down there. This guy's got a little spring there, so I don't know if I trust the pipe that it's coming out of. Oh, is that a blaze? There's a blaze. All right. This is a gorgeous spot right here. I'm just over 10 miles, like 10.1 miles in. And the trail keeps following that little creek over there for a while. It's gonna take me up to a road, and it's gonna drop me back down the other side. And why is every time I turn the camera, I get a spider web right in the face? That one actually stopped me dead in my tracks. All right. Spider web. So this trail's gonna take me up, across a road, and then down the other side, and then continue along a creek. So there's options in here. Worst comes to worst, I got to double back a mile. You know, come back here. That's what I'll do. I'm gonna try to not double back, make that 11-mile mark minimum, and because it looks like, at least on the map, that the section on the other side of this road coming up looks, well, it's kind of this. Well, that took far too long. Coming up that hill, I have to see if I can calculate what the elevation gain was on that. It was just another one of these long, consistent climbs, and there's a breeze up here, but down on that, over the ridge, there's nothing. Oh man, that sucked. It was so hot, it was so humid in there. Every time I'd stop, try to catch my breath, or just try to cool down a little bit, the bugs would swarm me. Oh, it was miserable. So up here to another access road, and then the 4 Ridge Trail is where I'm going to go. I dropped my pack here for a little bit just to cool off, because I was hot. And just walk down here a little bit. There is orange blaze, and it's going to take us straight down to another little creek. And I haven't looked, but I'm going to guess I'm over 11 miles now. I haven't looked in a little while. I was at like 10.8 last time I had the map up. So yeah, there's an orange blaze. Very hard to see. But yeah, this is where we're going. We'll head down here, and I'm on the last of my water. I was going to get water at that little small creek down at the bottom, but I didn't think the climb was going to be that bad coming up, so I waited. I got enough, but so that's probably didn't just pick up on the camera, but off to my left here, just heard a couple deer snort. There was a few back behind me on the other side of the ridge that were snorting, so they're starting to get active now. That's kind of cooling off, and there's a cloud rolling in back here. It looks a little bit like rain, so I don't know. It wasn't supposed to rain. I got a tarp. I'm not really too worried about it. Got a small tarp, so hopefully it doesn't rain too bad. But whatever, it is what it is. Nothing to do about it now. All right, down the hill I go. Well, this is a problem. This is supposed to be the confluence of 3 streams. There is a little bit of water running through here, but not much. Oh boy. Oh boy. I gotta see if I can find something that I can scoop up and filter. Because all I got left for water is that. That's it. This part of the trail is nowhere near maintained as the other parts, or used, it seems like. The trail just disappears in some spots. Big trees across it. It's been kind of rough, slow going. Yeah, let me see if I can find something that's flowing. You can see like the trail marker, that tree's down. Ooh. Of course they stop. A couple of hawks are up above my head. It's a little bit of water down there now. And that's running over there. I might go set up over there. I think that's what I'm going to do. Those trees look pretty good. So I can find a way across here. That was a day. I'll tell you what. 12.2 miles. And Chuck Keiper makes you work for it. At least going counterclockwise to get to 12.2 miles. Wow. I don't think I've ever been anywhere that you go up, like the mountains are like triangles. You go up one side, like straight up. There's maybe like a 30-foot ridge, and you go straight down the other side. And you get to the bottom. You might walk a little bit along a creek, and you go up the next one, and like maybe 30, 40 feet, and straight down the other side. It was like 4 times. Oh man, it's a challenge. I'm glad to be away from the bugs. I set up camp. I got a little water in the bag. I haven't even filtered it yet. I just really want to just relax for a minute, get the hammock up, and just kind of get away from the bugs. They were insane. So I've got this is my new Red Tail M. So this is like an ultralight hammock. This only weighs 14.9 pounds. This only weighs 14.9 ounces. And 10 feet long. Great for backpacking. I've been testing, you've probably seen that orange one I have that's made out of the monolight like this. It's kind of see-through. I've been testing that one for about a year, but I want to get one made and test it with the actual mesh on it instead of all the monolight. And it's nice. It breathes. It's nice because there's a little bit of a breeze and it's kind of coming through, and it's nice and cool. So I'm going to sit here for a little bit, probably filter some water and eat some food before too long. It's going to get dark here pretty soon. And then maybe go down, grab a little more water out of that little bit of creek. I don't know how much I'm going to grab from there. Enough to fill a water bottle at least. So yeah, I've got water for tomorrow. But it looks like I follow along this general contour for quite a while around, like this side you go around the bottom of the mountains instead of up and over them. So that should be nice. At least that's what it looks like. So I'll show a little bit more camp in tomorrow's video probably, because I'm probably not going to record anything else tonight. Technically, you're supposed to be so far away from water, but there's no water in that creek, so I'm calling a technicality on this one. And I was running out of time. I was running out of time in daylight. I'm not building a fire pit. I'm not going to have a fire. I'm just going to hang the hammock, cook some food on my pocket rocket, and then call it a night. And then be up early tomorrow and bang out the last 10 or so miles. Hope you guys liked part 1. If you did, hit the thumbs up and subscribe and all that fun stuff. And I'll see you in the next, which will be tomorrow for me.